Hallelujah. Tell me when you're ready. Thank you, Creator. Hallelujah. To the only true and wise King, triumphant in majesty. He is Yah. And he always was, always has been, and always will be. He is still master and creator of our spirit, our souls, our bodies, our minds, our emotions, the essence of all things. He is Yah. Glory to the King who reigns supreme. I give him praise. How about you? I just wanted to give all praise to the Most High for the Feast of Tabernacles. It was fantabulous. I enjoyed my family so much. Hallelujah. I give praise to the King that we have family. And believe it or not, the scripture says that we're going to be with them forever. Hallelujah. We are. He is. It's not us that were first, it's he was first. And he made us in his image. How about that? Finally tuned us in his image. Glory. I love him for all of that and more. Oh, he's Yah. I just can't get over just worshiping him. You know, just a place in the open to worship the Master was so good. Just in the open spaces, just outside of all, try to be a little bit away from all those chemicals and stuff like that in the atmosphere. But it was just awesome. And I hope you had an awesome Feast of Tabernacles as well. A Sukkot. It was wonderful. And I give all praise to the Father that he allowed us to be part of a family who worship and experience blessings with each other. Hallelujah. Oh, so today, guess what? I got something real good for you. We're just going to start this day like this. We're going to start off with preparation for the winter. In preparation for the winter, we're going to start, they say, oh, bears hibernate in the winter. They do. But we're going to clean our lymph nodes and our lymphatic systems for the winter to prepare all this whole body. It's wonderful about all four seasons and how the Father made different herbs and spices and all of that for every season, because every season brings different healings and more healings for our bodies. He's so good like that. I can just dance. How about you? I can just dance because of what he's done. One thing I want to tell you about today, and that is something that was so close to my heart. Today we're going to talk about, have you ever heard of the balm of Gilead? Now I know for some of you have probably heard someone sing, he is the balm in Gilead. See, I know you heard that song. You can't tell me you haven't. If not, look it up. It's wonderful. But guess what that balm is? It's that balm that was spoken of in the scriptures. Now I'm not going to be teaching. I just want you all to know what the scriptures are. Okay? This balm in Gilead, and what I was thinking of in preparation for this balm, when we were out at the Feast of Tabernacles, I was looking for this particular tree. Now this particular tree is basically in the West. You can find some in the Midwest, but they're in the West of the United States. And this is a beautiful, just strong, vibrant tree. They grow to be 15 feet or so, but the trunk of the tree is healing. It's healing in the trunk and the barks of the trees. And the Bible talks about that as well, but we won't talk about that today. But I'm just going to give you a few scriptures, and you can look at it for yourself of where this is found. It's in Genesis 43. I know you can't understand my handwriting, so I'm going to tell you about it. It's Genesis 43:11. Talks about the balm of Gilead. And then it's Genesis also 37:25 and Jeremiah 8:22 talks about the balm in Gilead. But guess what was so awesome about this balm? It's a tree, I think it's called cottonwood tree. It's the cottonwood. And it's white. You probably have seen it and probably didn't know what you were looking at, because I know years ago. Now someone asked me during the Feast of Tabernacles. EMA, how long have you been doing this? Well, we've been doing this for a long time. And I'm not telling you how old I am. I'm just gonna hint a little bit. Ever since my Nana was little, when I was little, I used to always see that she would go up into the hills and she would bring different barks of the trees and stuff like that. I'm like, what is all this, girl? We got nurses, we have doctors, why we got to do all this kind of stuff? And she would bring these things like turpentine and by the way, don't go to the store, in the hardware store, and pick up turpentine. Let me tell you that ahead of time. That's not the one we're talking about. We're talking about the turpentine spirits. There's a difference in them. Now there's that turpentine that you get, they put so many other chemicals in it, it would knock you off in 24 hours, you're dead. Don't do that to yourself. Remember we said we have to learn your body. You gotta learn your body, family. Learn your body. Know what's good and what it will take and what it will not take, and how you implement a little bit at a time. So remember, when you first introduce a certain herb or spice to your body, start small. If you've not been used to spices or herbs or anything like that, start off small, a drop at a time. A drop at once a week, an increase to 2 drops the next week, and like that. Do it that way, so you're safe. So when you get to that first plateau and your body says, wait, that was my last, I can't take any more than that, then stop there. The reason why I'm saying that, because the balm of Gilead, when you use it, guess what it does, family? The balm of Gilead is an anti-inflammatory, and I know I always talk about anti-inflammatories and lymphatic systems. But this balm of Gilead, it will clean your lymphatic system. How about that? Not only, and I brought my notes, so that you all know, you all see I keep looking back. I brought my notes, family, just for you, so I don't get off. They say, EMA, don't get off. I'm not trying to get off this time, but I brought my notes. But this particular herb, family, let me tell you what it heals. You can put a little bit, make a little bit, and put a little bit under. It'll make it as a salve, as an oil. And this, actually, you can put a little bit, and it takes the inflammation out of the body. It takes away pain. Oh, we love those pain relievers. And it's something because they're always pushing aspirin, and aspirin we talked on another episode about what you have to put back in your body if you do aspirin, or you've been doing it for so many years, and your body is having, it causes heart attacks, and it keeps you from having so many heart attacks and things like that. So we want to do that. We want to make sure that you don't have those issues. Family, with the balm of Gilead, not only is it inflammation, you can put it in a room. The oil, you can put it in a room and you can clear it out. It takes it, believe me, once you use it as an oil, it gets rid of, it helps the lymphatic system even. This is a balm of Gilead. It heals and cleanses the lymphatic system. But guess what? There's another one that I was giving Mr. I'm sorry, here I go, throwing Mr. on the bus again, family. Sorry. But I was giving him something last night that was so fantabulous, and I had it in my, you all know my herbal cabinet, my pantry is my herbal medicine cabinet. But I went to chickweed. Chickweed is spelled just like it sounds, chickweed. Chickweed, let me close this off, but just like it sounds, chickweed. And it got its name because the reason why, let me know about half an hour. It got its name from when the chicks used to eat it. It's a small herb. It's different varieties. There's about 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 different varieties for chickweed. And the best you can use. The root has a lot of benefits. The leaves have a lot of benefits. As a matter of fact, they use chickweed. The leaves itself and the stems, they use it in your salads in the spring. And I think we touched on that just a little bit in the spring when we were talking about that, different things for the spring season and how the Father gives different herbs for the spring. Now, I thought of that. It was in my pantry, and I woke up and he was saying that he was having this itchy in his legs, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And he was swelling and all this kind of thing, and I'm like, okay, let's clean the lymphatic system real quickly. So we got up this morning early, 12, just before we went to that zone of healing zone. Remember I said at certain hours of the day or the night, you have that healing time at the night where your body just rejuvenates everything. It's so healing and everything. But it was before that time. And what happened, we took the chickweed and I went to distilled water and put about three drops in the distilled water. And in one of those little miniature spray bottles, you can do that. If they're like about 5 ounces, about this size, you can put that much with distilled water and put about 3 or 4 drops in it. Don't do any more than the drops, family, because it will, your heart is not used to it and your liver's not used to it. It's actually a nice cleanser. Like the balm of Gilead is a good liver cleanser. It's a good lymphatics cleanser. And the chickweed is also. So when the Father just did certain things, he didn't just stop with one particular herb. I just want you all to know that. He didn't stop with one particular spice of different things of what it does. So I related that with this. So I took the bottle and put about three drops, maybe a half and a fourth drop, and shook it up really good, and I sprayed his legs and made a small tea out of it. Oh, by the way, those who are wanting to lose a little bit of weight, remember, start off little. You could use the chickweed will help you lose weight. It cleanses the system out. It helps the liver. It's a detoxifier. It's a detoxifier, and it cleanses the liver. Don't forget, family, now some people came up to me after and asked me, they were watching my video and says, EMA, what did you say about Pardo Arco? I'm going back at that because I didn't want to forget that. We said that Pardo Arco was one that helped HIV, kidney, liver cleanse, and it boosts your immune system. It's a cleanser as well. This is Pardo Arco bark. Don't forget that. And I gave them some, and it really works. It works. It cleanses, but it's also a diuretic, so it cleanses. So that I don't forget, that's a sidetrack, so that you all remember that. But and it helps with those that are dealing with, like I said, HIV, different things like that, and that nature. Those cancers that are stubborn cancers. And it doesn't just work one time. You can't drink it just one time and feel like everything is over, it's done. No, you have to consistently drink it and partake of it for the Pardo Arco. And if you allow me, next time I'm giving out recipes. I don't have anything to sell anybody because I'm telling you all my recipes. Lessons, but anyway, your family. And this is free.
Freely receive, freely.
Yes. So that Pardo Arco, and it develops a taste, family. I normally mix it with another type of tea, which makes it more palatable. If you're not used to the taste, you'll say, "Oh, give this up." No, don't do it. Drink it to your health. It's a toast to you. Now, back to what we were saying before. The chickweed, I spritzed it on his legs and made a tea out of it. The tea caused us to run to the bathroom because of it's a diuretic, of course.
Sounds like it's high.
Yes. Yes. High. It'll make you, if you are not regular, believe me, it will help you out. Because chickweed is a detoxifier. And because it's a detoxifier, family, it cleanses the lymphatic system, like I said. And I made something so that I can be able to tell you all some of the things, so I won't forget. But it cleanses, it heals, it detoxifies, it makes clean. This is one, let me say this to you. This is one of the herbs, it's called chickweed is one of those things they call sterella media. And this is something that, and it's something that we used to partake of in the springtime because it grows, and like I said, the chicks, it cleaned the chicks so people were able to eat them because they're purifiers and they cleanse, along with giving the nutrients that was needed. And that's why they were able to eat the chickens and stuff like that, because the toxins, because chickens would eat. And so it was cleansing the chickens. And this is one of the herbs that the Father gave us as well. Yeah, it's a nice cleanser. And one of the things they used to call it, and it's called an optimal nutrition. So one of the things that it puts back is nutrition back into the body. So, but anyway, this is one of the things that the people, natives of this particular land at that time, taught the settlers when they came to this land about how to cleanse and eat healing herbs, because they didn't know it before. So we were the ones, of course you already know that, we were the ones that taught them how to eat this thing. And because it, let me tell you this one thing before I get into this. The chickweed is like, what it does is strengthens the body. So in that way, and the reason why I woke up with that in my spirit, I'm like, Father, I haven't had chickweed in a long time. And he was like, when I gave it to him, he went straight to sleep. I said, what happened? He said, honey, he said the itching was minimal. It went down, stopped itching so much till I was able to sleep. I said, oh, praise God. And he said, and then I looked at his feet and around his legs before I put the chickweed on there. I'm just giving you all a little bit of testimony real quick. And before, it was real irritated and everything. So when we spritzed the legs with the chickweed and the distilled water, it changed, it went immediately to the body and began to clear out whatever was causing the irritation to the skin. So a lot of people use it as an ointment. You can make it as a poultice. And what you can do when I say make it as a poultice, you can take chickweed and make a poultice, make it real strong and put it on the skin. Now, when I say real strong for the skin, put 3 or 4 drops with distilled water, mix it up, and put a wrap it around, and it will take that inflammation out of the issue of where you have it. I just used it as a spritz early this morning to put a little distilled water and I put about 2 or 3 drops and spritz.
I see people who are severe diabetics with swollen ankles and swollen shins and whatnot. Would that be a good aid for them in that situation?
They can do that if they're diabetic, yes, because it's safe. But as we said, don't overdo it.
Right.
You only want this is one of those herbs that will go straight to the problem, and it strengthens the cells. It strengthens the membrane. It helps you lose those excess fat. It gets rid of. It will, if there's any wounds in there that causes wounds or issues like that distills water. Or either you could take castor oil. Take castor oil. I was telling someone earlier at the camp that you could take castor oil and put it on your pain. And when you put it on the pain, castor oil, you can take castor oil and put it around, massage it, castor oil. Make sure it's a pure castor oil, 100% castor, because there's, like I said, everything's not created equal. And castor oil in itself is a plant. It's a beautiful little plant. It looks almost like, if you ever know what a red clover looks like, it looks something like that. And what it does, but if you eat the plant by itself, it's very poisonous. But if you process it and you get the oils, and you have to process it and get the oils pure, the oils will bring healing to the body. So it pulls the inflammation out. And not only does it pull the inflammation out, it brings healing. It acts as an anti-inflammatory, and it gets rid of pain and inflammation. And when I told them about what you could do is put the castor oil on there and then take a hot pad or whatever you have to heat it. And it works for Mr. Every Time. And just make something hot, put it around there and let it set. It takes the inflammation out and the pain is drawn out. So, family, just imagine if you take the castor oil, mix 1 drop in really good, and then wrap it around, make sure it's mixed really good, 1 to 2 drops, 2 drops max into the castor oil, pure castor oil, and you mix it and wrap it all around and rub it in really well, and then wrap it with a heating wrap. However way you want to do a hot towel, and let it set until it cools off. It takes the pain away, like within the hour. Those that are having issues with their backs, you can put it around your back. This is for you. Put it around your back. And that hot castor oil, no more than 2 drops of chickweed extract. And wrap it and put it around the back. And it takes the inflammation out. Put a hot pad back there. And as it cools off, it will take the pain away. Family, it works. That's what it does. And it detoxes.
Once again, is this castor oil alone, or is it mixed with the chickweed?
You can do.
And the distilled water.
Now, if you do. Now, let me go back over that. If you do the chickweed, you can do 2 drops in pure castor oil. No more than 2 drops in pure castor oil. And mix it in really, really good. It's going to give the castor oil more of a brownish tint once you mix it in really well. And then you rub it in. Have your spouse rub it in very well all around that area and around that area. Once you have it around that area, you can put it around your knees. I recommended some of the ladies that put it around their knees or their feet that are having pain in their feet or their legs. Wrap it around and massage it in really, really well.
Now, one of our live chat members, one of our family members in the live chat is saying if you have sore muscles, put castor oil on in a heating pad, like she just said.
Yeah.
So that's true. So you can use it by itself.
Yes.
Okay.
You can use it by itself, or you can use the chickweed. And because we say that chickweed is a strengthener,
right?
No more than 2 drops, family. Listen, no more than 2 drops. And it has to be drops. Don't, and keep, no, drops. A little bit goes a long way. And massage it and put it on put that heating pad around it so it goes into the muscle and around the tendons and around those that's giving pain. And it goes, the pain with it. Now you have to sit and let it do what it needs to do. Just let it do what it do. Hot, it takes the pain out. And and not only is castor oil an anti-inflammatory as well, but mixed with the chickweed, it takes the chickweed tincture, extract, it's the extract. It takes the inflammation down as well. I mean, it is, I don't know where I got this word from, but I like it. It's called a beast. It's a beast, family. It works. When I say it works, my little 70-something-year-old husband, when I do it, once he bows down to the time that I can do things for him, it works. He goes back, and they saw him in the camp moving around and all this kind of thing. So those that saw us, please be lifted. Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Yes.
Family member by name JP is asking, Shalom, EMA.
Shalom, love.
EMA do want to know. That's one of our EMAs also. EMA do.
Yeah.
For a long time. Wants to know about back foot stay sore.
What is it?
It sounds like she's saying her back foot sore or back and foot sore?
Back,
So
yeah.
I'm guessing she's asking for a remedy for the skill or the cancer or
The castor oil is, like I said, it's a beast. Family, there's so many things that's good for pain. I'm just giving you just a few things because this worked last night. Remember we said burdock is wonderful. Remember we said burdock is a good pain reliever. Remember we said fennel is good, but I'm just giving you this one thing you could put on as well. That castor oil, the hot castor oil with a couple drops of chickweed extract, mama, it works. Heat it up, like I said. You want to mix it in, no more than 2 drops, but you're gonna go to the potty as well, because remember it's a diuretic. But the little bit works, and it helps you go to the potty if you put it on your back. And when you drink it as a tea, it will clear some of that stuff that's out there that's inflaming your body, and it will also, if on the inside, if you drink it as a tea, it gets rid of that, all the toxins that's in there that gives the inflammation. And on the outside, it helps with the muscles. So you're good inside and out, because I gave it last night to him as a drink. And I heated the water, distilled water, and I put a couple drops in the water. So you can drink it as well as rub it on the outside. Double deal. And he's
so our grandmas and moms, when they had to take that castor oil when we was younger, they were right.
They were right. That castor oil is fantabulous for pain. I bet you, when we were kids and we were like, oh, I heard this or I heard that, and they put, oh, just bring this castor oil. It's wonderful. And EMA, let me say this to you, Sister EMA, you could even do aloe vera. If you're still having the issues, you can still do aloe vera. Drink a little bit of aloe vera juice every morning for pain. Not only is it good to get rid of some of the fatty cells or the fatty lymph nodes, the lymphatic system, it cleanses the lymphatic system, it's good for the digestion, but it gets things moving, especially during the wintertime when you're not able to move back and forth. Now remember this, family. When you say that you can't walk, remember what we said a long time ago? When you're having issues with walking, go as far as from your bathroom to the living room. If you can walk back there and then do that once a day and every day, go increase it. From the living room to the bathroom to your bedroom and walk back to the living room. Do that at least till you can start walking when you're having issues with your back, with your legs, with your muscles. You want to keep that exercise going. In the mornings when you get up, family that are still looking for ways to get rid of some of the belly fat, is continue to do your not only your castor oil, because your castor oil will help eliminate a lot of things too when you take your pure castor oil. It's wonderful, keeps things going. You're right, sometimes. And then it keeps everything going. But also remember your ACV, your apple cider vinegar, and your cayenne pepper during this time of the season, because the cayenne pepper keeps your blood warm. You want to keep your blood warm, keep you from getting so cold, and it keeps your body warm. Mix in your castor oil. Do that thing that Brother Jacob does with Levi Raphael. Levi Raphael always says, do your early morning when you do your apple cider vinegar, a little cayenne pepper, a little bit of honey, and take it in, chase it with lemon water. Remember, during this winter, instead of drinking your lemon water cold, you can drink it warm in the mornings, and it gets going because it's a citrus. The other day, I put a whole lemon, Mr. Within like, okay. But I want to make sure your lemon is clean really, really, really well. Make sure the outside, because a lot of people put their hands on it and you don't know all the things that are going on. So make sure you clean it. And one way to clean it, your lemons are with, you can put a little bit of salt. I use table salt. I don't eat it, but I use it as a cleanser. And grandmothers know all this time, where you can take vinegar and salt, and you can cleanse and sterilize anything. So I usually, and then rinse it off really, really well. Citrus is lemon. You can use white vinegar to cleanse and mix with salt. You can use this baking soda mixed with a lemon and cleanse it and sterilize it, get rid of mold and stuff like that. You can use those things. Those are natural cleansers. You have a question?
Yeah, JT was saying, we're going, this is the brother that our sister that asked the question about human use.
Okay.
They're saying, we're going to see about her. Thank you, EMA.
More than
She retired, heavy factory job she had. She retired from a heavy factory job she had. And messed her legs and side up. Thank you, EMA.
oh, that's heavy metals. More than a pleasure, but they keep all the questions coming. Don't leave me out here by myself. I need your input as well. But help me help you. And there's a lot, if she was working in the factory family, that's the heavy metals that's been deposited into her system, into her fatty cells. And she wants to make sure that those things are pulled out as a detoxifier. So also, keep in mind that chickweed extract. Just remember, one drop, and one drop because you don't want to go too far, but one drop is a detoxifier. Dandelion tea is a detoxifier and getting rid of heavy metal. Burdock gets rid of heavy metal. Tell her also when she drinks parsley, that's a detoxifier. Wash the parsley off really well and drink it during the day. That's a detoxifier. Detoxifying with lemon water. Detoxify, those are detoxifiers that actually get rid of the heavy metals. Believe it or not, cilantro will push out heavy metals out of the body. So you want, and then tell her also those things that keep drinking during the day, and it helps push out those contaminants, those heavy metals out. My favorite is this parsley water. Put it in your food. You can chop it up and put it over your food. It not only is a detoxifier family, but it also keeps your lymphatic system clean because of the detoxifier. Those are just parsley, something simple as that. And you want to do that. So those are starts. And continue to email me or text me and remind me of different foods that you can use. But chickweed, let's get back to chickweed again, family. The chickweed, as we said, mix it in with the castor oil really well, and it turns color, and put it on rub it in really well into the joints or the muscles really well. And then wrap it with a hot compress that you can do. It's like a poultice. And wrap it around, and then let those muscles saturate in that, and it takes away the pain really well and really easy. Any irritation, chickweed will do that with just plain distilled water, as what I did with Mr. last night or early this morning. Just take a little bit of distilled water, and about this, you know those little spray bottles, and about this small, and just fill the rest of it with distilled water, and then put about 2 or 3 drops only, and shake it up really well, and spritz it around those areas for the irritation or whatever's causing the inflammation. You can do that inside and out. Another thing, have you ever seen those different extracts? You know what else you could do, family? Let me tell you this. There's something called, and I know you say, EMA, extracts? Yes, there's an extract called anise. And you all say, oh, EMA, here we go. And I brought this one time on to the set, so you all go back and see that class that I did on anise. It's ANISE, anise. I hope you all can understand that. It's an extract. You can get it like one of the children. Here's the thing. One of the children saw me. We went to in the camp this past week. I guess she thought I was drinking vanilla, but vanilla does work too. Vanilla extract. She saw me, and I took up the bottle of anise. I'm used to it. Don't you do it? only a couple drops at a time, but I'm used to it, my body's acclimated to it. And I had coconut oil in my mouth. And I just took the little anise and I just put about just a taste on my tongue, just a little bit more than a taste on my tongue. And I was squishing my mouth out to clean, to get rid of the bacteria from the night. And I was squishing it, and she's like, when she saw me turn it up, she gave that little look. What is she doing? It's the anise, the extract. Look at the prior episodes, and I showed you how to use anise and what it does as a cleanser. It's an antibacterial, antifungal. You can do a little bit of spritz. Again, do your spritz, put a little bit in your spritz bottle. You know, I'm good for all this. Take a little bit in your little bottle and put about 3, 4, you could put up to 5, maybe 5 drops into the water. Don't do any more than 5. 4 is good. 5, don't do any more than 5. And shake it up really well, and you can cleanse, spritz your face. We're out and so I want to make sure my face was clean. And spritz the face, take a little coconut oil, clean it with your spritz, and then spritz it, and then come back and wipe off the bacteria. And you'll be surprised at how much bacteria comes off the face. How much, and how it helps with acne. You don't get the acne. You don't get all that. And by the way, you can do, look, chickweed is good for acne, family. Makes your skin look cute. Gets rid of all that bacteria because it's antibacterial, remember? And it also it's a nutrient. So it's good for the skin. Makes your skin glow. Along with turmeric. Remember I told you about the turmeric? You can put a little turmeric around the eyes, which is what this is. A little turmeric around the eyes and cleanse, do it like but go into the light. Make sure you smooth it out really, really well so it blends in. You can take a little bit of turmeric with a little cacao, and you make it a little makeup if those were you having issues with the darkness around your eyes. But the darkness all around the eyes and different issues with the skin has a lot to do with the liver. You want to make sure your liver is detoxified. And detoxifying the liver, you want to take it a little bit at a time, not all at once, because you don't want to damage your body. So those are just a few things that I wanted you all to be aware of. And not only that, the chickweed is so good. It tastes wonderful. But I didn't want to, I made this list because I didn't want to get off. Because you all know, I know how to get off. And another thing, it dissolves the mucus. So that you all that are having issues at night when you go to sleep and you're saying, oh, this mucus at night, you can drink a little bit of it as a tea, also for the weight, however you want to do it. But it dissolves the mucus in your body. To take a little bit of chickweed, again, 1 or 2, now when you go into bed, do a 1 drop into that little spritz, distilled water. And you can spritz around your face. And guess what? I spritz Mr. to keep him from snoring. Don't tell my secrets. And it got rid of the mucus that he was dealing with. Seriously, it got rid of the mucus. And with 1, 2 drops at the max, fam. Don't go any more than 2 drops. And a little bit of that little ounce of water, they'll shake it. And spritz it around the room or on your child if they're having issues with their children. Remember, no cow's milk, no dairy products when you find out that your children have, I wouldn't do dairy milk anyway, because it'll produce mucus, especially during the winter. Your babies will have, that's another episode. But do try that, no mucus, no cheese, and I know I'm stepping on some toes. Don't do the cheese too. I love you too much. How about that? I love you. Don't do the cheese. Don't do the cow milk. It's wonderful. Don't do the butter because it's cow products. I love you too much. But do the spritz, and it gets rid of it dries up the nasal passage. Keeps the mucus from building up in the nasal passages. So you want to do that, family. Not only that, it absorbs into the skin so wonderfully, and it gets rid of all that. It acts as an emulsifier, and I'm gonna go to this paper one day. Today, I promise. No, I'm not gonna make that promise, but you all know. I'm like Brother Daniel. I've been around. Brother Daniel is my friend. We are kin spirits. Me, Sister Sephora, I love my girl. But anyway, back on this. It's an emulsifier. Not only do you digest this, but it goes, the cells, it just does wonderful things for the cells and for the cells of the body. So you could spritz that on the face and give them a little bit at night before they go to bed, and they won't deal with the mucus or the mucus issues or anything like that. So, and it disrupts the activities of those mucus cells, put it like that, okay? It's a little flower, and oh, listen, you know what you can do too? It's called a life energy. That's what some people call it in other countries. They call it the life energy. And it is, when I tell you that chickweed is a bomb, baby, believe me when I tell you. When you get this chickweed in your arsenal, I don't know how I forgot about that, because it's been in my cabinet for so long. A lot of herbs have, and like I said before, if you come to my house, you'll say, Emma, what do you know what to do? It's because certain things are for certain herbs are for certain, and certain herbs and certain spices will do the same, but intensified. But you just have to know how to do it. And one day, you know what, somebody also said to me, Amy, you need to go to class for the herbal so you can get your degree. Maybe I will one day. You all pray for me. The Father will give me the time to be able to do that. Amen. I love you. But anyway, let me tell you this. But for those that, I just want you all to know, the reason why I say don't do a whole lot of chickweed, because the chickweed, we want to stay away from the man-made aluminum. But chickweed actually has a little bit of aluminum in it. It's as a matter of fact, it's high in aluminum. But it's the natural, because these are things that are natural that your body performs. Okay. It's high in copper, iron, magnesium, manganese. Remember we talked about the manganese. Silicone, the silicone that we need. Selenium. And so is selenium, you know our bodies need the selenium. And so is the balm of Gilead, which is cottonwood, the cottonwood tree. It also, let me tell you this, when people say we need phosphorus, it has phosphorus in it, it has cobalt, remember I always tell you all about the chlorophyll? The chlorophyll, it's good in chlorophyll, and it also has carotene in it. And because you'll notice, family, that you're gonna be beginning to deal with vitamin A. It's high in vitamin A. Yes?
So I've got a question there, a little late to the conversation, but they're asking is that chickweed extract or herb itself? I
have both, because when you use it if you use it as a plant, you could use it during the spring when it comes up in late spring or late summer. You could use it as in the salad because it's green, but it doesn't hold its potency as long as in the greens itself. But if you use the root itself, you can do it that way. And the root, some people do it as they buy it as a root, which is inexpensive. Well, to some people it's inexpensive, but you can do the root. And the root, they boil it, they put it in hot water and get all the nutrients. It takes about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, and let it cool. But don't do it any more than 10 minutes, because you don't want to kill the nutrients, the correct balance of it in there. But you can use the root as a tea. Now, if you use it as an extract, it's already there. And that's why I say if you use it as an extract, which is a little bit expensive, but it works and it goes a long way and it lasts you a long time. But if you use it as an extract, only use 1 to 2 drops at the max, okay? So you can use the root and make it as a tea, something to drink. The extract, you can use it either way. You can use the extract as you mix it in with the castor oil, or you can put it in your hot water and you can drink it that way, or you can use it as a skin spritz. Did I answer your question? I hope so. Hallelujah. And also, family, don't forget, it's high in vitamin A, so it helps the eyes. So I wanted to throw that out. And niacin, it makes you happy. It makes you so happy. When Mr. got up this morning after taking his chickweed, he was a nice person. Not the same people, but he was a nice person. So it's high in niacin too, family. And we'll come back on the rest of this because we got to cut it off. But high in fiber, it's a heart helper. So those people that are having issues with their hearts, remember, a little bit goes a long way. I love you too much. Somebody thinks you are wonderful. Love on each other today. I love the brother that's going to see that EMA and help her. That's love. That's family. I love that. You all make me proud. I love you. Blessings on your day. Know this EMA loves you and the Father has you in his best interest, and so do I. Keep giving me those questions. Blessings. Psalms 91 over you. Peace.